All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a couple of real people out there just like you and just like me. All right, going to be talking about David Lee Roth on this episode. Oh boy. Before I get to good old Dave, here is my favorite album of 2023. This is Inception by the band Voyage. If you like the music of Journey or maybe Boston, or Steve Perry solo, Voyage is it's just the cat's meow. All right, that's how much I like it. It's the dog's bark, and Hugo Valenti he is as close to the voice as anyone out there. Okay, so again, if you're a fan of great melodic rock, Inception by Voyage. Speaking of great melodic rock, remember when Jump came out in 1984? So we are just a few weeks away from the 40th anniversary of the release of the song Jump by Van Halen, which came out on their iconic 1984 album. May not have been their best album, but had a lot of great music on there. And David Lee Roth, DLR, has decided that he needs to re-record Jump. And so he did. He dropped his new version of Jump, which was recorded live at Henson Studios, I believe now a couple of years ago, I want to say, maybe a year and a half ago. In any event, he's been putting his new versions out. And here's why he puts new versions out, okay? It makes sense from a business standpoint. And I say that because bands like the Little River Band have newer versions of songs out there coexisting side by side with the original versions of songs. And what that does is it generates revenue. How does it do that? Well, people go looking for these songs and they find a version of the song and they just play it. They're not paying attention to what it says live at Henson Studios. I don't know. If he puts this on a streaming platform, it may just say like Jump by David Lee Roth. I don't know how that will look. It won't include all of the information. And even if it does include that information, some people are going to be curious. They've heard the original version 6 million times, and so they're going to say, you know what? Let's give this new version of Jump a try, shall we? I'm sure it's going to be great. Well, is it great? You know what? Here's the diplomatic way of doing this, because I've not liked any of these versions. This one, however, has some merit, not because Roth is a better singer than he was back in 1983 or 1984. He can't do those little high squeak things that he used to do, which became kind of iconic in some ways. He definitely can't hit those notes. He can go up there a little bit. He's got a little vibrato thing now that he wasn't doing, I should say, back in the day. But I don't know if I like that, but it's he's trying to sing. Let's put it that way. He's actually trying to sing this song. On occasion, during his live performances in Vegas, I don't even know if he was trying to sing. He was just making all these noises, and it just was not good. Now, in the studio, this is going to be eventually released. I'm thinking he wants to do the best he can with it. He does do the best he can with this. I'll say that. Obviously, you miss Ed's solo, because Ed drops one of the great solos of all time on Jump. And in the video, he's walking along playing the guitar. It's just one of those MTV moments, too, on top of here's a guy who plays guitar like nobody's business, and he's just showing off. And here's the other great point about Jump is Ed was dabbling with the keyboard, and the producer, Ted Templeman, he's like, you know what? This just doesn't sound like Van Halen to me. Maybe you guys should leave this off and just, think about maybe putting it out later or not releasing it. And apparently Ed overruled Ted and said, no, this is going on the album. And the record label obviously liked it and decided to release it as a single. Apparently, David Lee Roth wrote the lyrics during a commercial break while watching some TV show. Maybe he was watching himself on MTV or something. I don't know. But that's the scoop behind the original version. And the song shot to number one. And Ted Templeman later said, yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong about that. The brilliance of Eddie Van Halen, both on keyboards and guitar. Eddie turned out to be a pretty decent keyboard player, right? And just mastering instruments, because this is what he used to do. So it's good finally that Sammy Hagar going out there to pay tribute to the music of Van Halen. And we'll probably hear tracks from both the Dave era and the Sammy era. But bottom line here is that this will make David Lee Roth some money, because when you go search for Jump, you're going to stumble upon his new version. Another thing I like about this version is the cold crescendo ending. I like that. The original obviously had the fade out. For DJs, the fade out is way better because you can start talking over the end of the song, whereas the cold ending is trickier because then you have to be able to start the other song and talk over that. Or, if that song ends cold, it's just you and the microphone and nothing behind you. So that can be a little bit tricky. Although in today's world of automated radio, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. And they're not going to be playing the new version of Jump on any radio station unless it's a big screw up somewhere where someone downloaded the wrong song, which I think it's all piped in from corporate, wherever that is. So in any event, folks, do I like this? I don't hate it. I'll say this. I don't hate it. Can Dave still sing? Sorta, kinda. I mean, he sings well enough on this that if he sang to this caliber out on the road with either the new tribute to Van Halen or on his own, I think he would be okay. I don't know if I would pay to see him, but I know a lot of people would, and they did when he went to Vegas, even though he was yelping and yodeling and his contortions, all those on-stage moves that he has. I don't know. Maybe, get some CBD oil or something, Dave. Maybe just something to kind of calm you down a little bit might be helpful. All right. So this is an okay version. It's nowhere near the original, but it's not as embarrassing, and it will make David Lee Roth some money because people are going to stumble upon it when they're looking for the original version. These guys are all original. Voyage. This is original music. Of course, these guys pay tribute to Journey, Out on the Road, and maybe they'll be playing a song or two off of Inception. I would if I were them. I know people can go and buy T-shirts or whatever when they play the new stuff, which is so sad. It's so sad. Play the hits. How come you're not? Play another Journey song? We've heard 22 in a row. I know people today, they're not patient. They're just, they don't want new material. I've found this out by sharing music on my Patreon. By the way, if you'd like to join Patreon, we're in a new month. And why do I say that? Because we lose a bunch of people every time we go from one month to another. So if you like the content here, you like the spirit of the channel and what I try to do, it would really help me out. There are times where revenue is just embarrassing for what it used to be. And this year has been the toughest year for me since probably 2018, I would say 2017, 2018. And I'm hoping things will go back in the other direction. But we'll persevere because of the patrons that are there currently. But if you'd like to support, you can do it through Patreon and YouTube memberships. And also there's a little advertising going on now where you can purchase products that are going to be suggested in the video. If you need a Christmas gift or something, I don't think I've sold any of them yet, but it's not me. I get a small commission if you go to the website, whoever it is, whether it's, I've had sunglasses and I've done blankets and who knows what else I'll do. But in any event, it's out there for consideration. And I know there's a lot of hardship out there when it comes to the economy right now. So I understand completely. All right, folks, that's the video. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone. And please pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world. I will see you soon.